Welcome back, league mates and listeners. We are your co-hosts Dane and AJ. This is episode 23 of the Pigskin Pals podcast, the week 13 redraft pod. Last week did not really shake anything out. It's still super close. So let's get stuck right in and check out what the standings are looking like. It was a pretty crazy week, at least for me. It felt like I was facing Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts everywhere. Both of those, that game entirely ruined my redraft and Dynasty hopes.
Yeah.
It was not fun. It was going into the game, I was like, oh, I'm projected to win by a lot. I'm sitting comfy. Mm-hmm. And then they both drop 40 burgers. Unreal. And the receivers go crazy.
Yeah.
It was a fun game to watch, but did I really want to turn it off and not watch it anymore?
Yeah.
Because I was just getting pounded.
I couldn't watch it. I'm glad I couldn't. I was getting mad. I was only following it. A lot of my guys weren't touching the ball for the longest time. I think overtime actually saved me. So I was happy with how long the game went. You were sad.
Yeah, I did not want overtime. It didn't even really matter. Even if, who's that? Elliott, if he made the field goal. I was still in a losing position at the end of that game. The overtime really didn't do too much because I think Bills just kind of flaked out and then Eagles scored. Yeah, who do you think MVP is?
That's so funny. I was going to ask you that as well. So right now, I think there's only really maybe 4 people, but I think right now Tyreek's got to be up there.
Tyreek?
Yeah. Absolutely.
They're not going to give it to a receiver,
I know,
though.
But if they really did it based on most valuable player, I think he has to be there.
Yeah, so, I saw I think it was Emmanuel Acho, maybe.
Yeah.
He had like Trent Williams at number 4.
All right, well, that's just ridiculous. That's never going to happen. I know he's great, but like that's just never going to happen.
No.
So I think guys got to be up there in no particular order. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, and CMC probably. Those are probably the 4. I think you can't even call me a homer for that at this point.
I kind of stopped. I blacked out when you said Dak. I got way too excited. So go through the list again.
Tyreek, Jalen Hurts, Dak, and CMC is what I have right now.
Seems so. No Patty Mahomes, even though he's winning all these games.
He shouldn't be. I don't think he should be in it. He's not. Maybe he's 5, but I don't think he should be any higher than those 4.
And then what about Tua? If you're throwing Tyreek in there, why not Tua?
I don't think Tua. I don't know. He's had too many bad games, I think. And also, I think like the thing with Jalen and Dak and even Mahomes at this point, I feel like their rushing game hasn't been as good. Like I know the Eagles' rushing game is good, but it's been a lot of either them throwing touchdowns and them moving the ball or them rushing touchdowns, right? It hasn't been as much that the Dolphins. It's Raheem Mostert has what, like 18,000 touchdowns. He has like, so like I put more of that on just the entire offense than I do singularly Tua, as opposed to like Jalen and Dak and Patty. If we want to talk about him, I think it's more because of them than anything.
So also one name that I think you also kind of left out that I would kind of throw in is maybe Lamar. Also.
Oh yeah, that's a reasonable throw in that I think I missed. I think there's no real. I think us saying all these names, I think there's no real like front runner right now, which I think is fun. I'm sure someone will separate at some point, and then we'll be like, okay, probably this guy. But right now, there's no one where I'm like, oh, for sure, this guy is like ahead of everyone. But is there someone that you think's ahead of everyone right now?
No, not necessarily. I was just looking at. I was gonna ask you next, like, who do you think the fantasy MVP is? And I was stuck on projections, and it said that Mahomes threw 4,700 yards and like 40 touchdowns, and I was like, wait, this is not correct. It was like the season projections,
okay.
But not the actual stats. So I was like, I think Mahomes should be up there.
Yeah,
and it was also surprising to not hear CJ Stroud in there. I think it would be so cool if he won.
It would be cool, and I don't know. I don't have anything against him winning it. Like, I think he's played super, super well. I just don't think he's... I don't know. I don't think he's quite played as well as some of the other quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. And then who would you say the fantasy MVP is?
I mean, I probably am missing someone, but the most obvious one, I think we talked about it earlier in one of our earlier episodes. We talked about most surprising players, stuff like that, and he came up. I think Raheem Mostert, dude. From where you got him, And for just how many points he scores every week, he's got to be. Just for basically for value and then output that you got, I don't think it's close. There might be someone I'm forgetting, but he's been insane.
I like that call a lot. Obviously, CMC would be in there too, just because he literally can win you a week every single week. But
Tyreek, then you have to put in that same
based off
same
value too. Yeah, Mostert is.
Yeah, just where you could have gotten him, it's so much more valuable getting him there than like CMC. Obviously, has been a beast, right? You could have gotten CMC and Mostert, and if you did that, then it's like you're maybe
GG.
you're maybe winless, or not winless. Like you might be undefeated. So, like, how do you beat that? You can't.
What about Puka, your boy?
He's still been good. I mean, he's been more inconsistent though than the other guys.
You know who is more consistent?
Who?
My guy, Tank.
I don't think that's necessarily even true. I mean, maybe now, but
recently,
yeah, earlier, definitely not. But now
he just wasn't getting as many snaps as Puka was in the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. I think Puka's also played a lot of, or the Rams in general, they play a lot of good defenses too. So that also hurts the schedule. Is a lot easier for Dell. I'm nothing against Dell. He's been a beast, but I think schedule's a lot harder for the Rams, which makes it harder for Puka to be consistent too.
Yeah. Last position too. I just kind of went through a couple of them, but tight end. Hawkinson's the number one tight end right now. I don't have any shares of him, so I don't really know how well how good it feels to have him on your team. Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking like it's just like kind of indifferent. I mean I don't know. I don't have any shares.
I mean, yeah, I have been Dynasty. He's basically like a step down from like Travis Kelce of the years past. You're not worried about the points you're going to get, right? You're getting 11 points minimum in our half PPR leagues, which is fantastic. And then he's a guy too that, like Kelce, he can do spike weeks, 22 points, whatever. He can score 2 touchdowns. He gets peppered with targets. And maybe it's because Jefferson's been out, so he's been getting peppered a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you never have any doubts playing him. You just know you're getting 10 points, basically. So it's been nice.
Yeah. Sam Laporte is so ugly. Okay, now moving on to the standings. Not a lot has changed. There's one team, Austin. He's 8-4. What a bold prediction by AJ and I to say he's going to be one of the worst teams.
Yeah, that's looking bad.
Post draft. And then in last place we have a tie with 5 teams sitting at 5 and 7. I'm one of those teams. AJ's another one of those teams. So we can eat our words, but we still have hope because it's a very close race.
Yeah, I mean, just got to win. Just got to win and pray that's a couple of people that you need to lose. That's all it's about at this point. This is a fun part of the year, but it also sucks because I'm so nervous like all the time. Like this past weekend with mine and Luke's game, every game's a must win. I put up 145 or whatever it is, and I'm up 10 points going into the last game. It's likely. I have Isaiah Likely. He has Justin Herbert. I'm like, oh, Jesus, dude, I'm going to score 145 points, lose, and be out. But the Ravens saved me. Justin Herbert didn't put up anything. Likely got like 6. So it's fun. It's nerve-wracking. We'll see how it shakes up. But I will say I'm not feeling too great about my chances.
I'm just I'll be very grateful if I make it to the playoffs. Yeah,
exactly.
But I'm not gonna be destroyed if I don't make it. I kind of checked out of fantasy this year. Besides my sister's league that I'm managing, we clinched playoffs a couple of weeks ago.
Nice.
And I want to steal some money.
There you go.
But yeah, I've just mostly been watching and enjoying the Packers. That's been my football year this year is just seeing what our offense looks like, how Love is developing.
Yeah.
It's been very different without having Rodgers, obviously. And it's fun seeing like progression and team changes.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it started off pretty nice. Rough patch in the middle, but now it seems to be going pretty well again. They still got a chance to make the playoffs. That would be cool. A nice little run to make the playoffs. That would be fun.
Yeah. Otherwise, Dak all the way. Weed 'em,
We them.
boys.
Let's go, baby. All right. With that,
I'm only doing this so you take me to a Cowboy game eventually, like you took Austin to a Chargers game.
all right, I'll do that for sure. It's done. You just got to keep cheering, and then it's in.
Weed 'em.
Quit it with that, dude. You got to just go the full thing if you're gonna say it. We them boys. We them boys. We them. It's not like who that.
Oh,
It's just we
I
them
guess.
boys.
Okay, yeah. I'm not a. I guess I'm not a huge. I gotta learn. I gotta
It's
learn.
all good. It's all good. Hey, you gotta start
Look at my
somewhere.
Dak.
Look at yeah, that's money right there. Let's get into the matchups. Let's start with myself versus Ben. I'd like you to kind of take the first look at this one here. It's a little suspect, I think. It's kind of a bad game in general, I think.
Okay, so we got AJ's rocking out Tua, D Sing, Ramondre, Mike Evans is two pieces that he stole from Jake, who
Have been popping off.
and Jake does not shut up about it. He regrets the trade. It sounds like
It has kept me alive, for sure.
but like Tyreek ain't bad either.
Yeah, but
so I don't.
okay, but Tyree scores 22 points, right? And for him,
Yeah.
it still might be the right trade, right? Because he has all this depth and the like good players. I didn't have anything, so these two guys scoring 40 points combined is much better for me, right?
Yeah, I think it was a very beneficial trade for both of you.
Yeah, I think so. If he can squeeze his way back to the playoffs with, I know he's had a struggle bye weeks this week, but if he makes it there, he's gonna be scary.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one next. Then you got Puka Chig. Who's your tight end that's on their bench?
Pitts and Likely.
Oh, why don't you just drop Pitts?
I tried to, but someone took
What do you
the
mean
guy.
you tried to?
Someone took the guy on waivers that I wanted.
Oh, you can still just drop him, you know.
Yeah, I just don't want him anymore.
Then what the fuck? You're
I'm
rocking
here-
18 Gary?
Let me hear it for like. Okay, so this could change, but let me hear your thoughts, dude, and then I'll tell you where I'm at.
I think that's crazy.
Okay, well, just think.
Well,
about
let me.
it.
I gotta look at who else is available right now, because you could. Oh, I would 100% throw Mingo out there.
I
before-
need you to keep saying what you're saying, but I got something for this. There's a reason I'm doing it.
Okay, try. Well, what do you want? Do you want me to go through the rest of your lineup?
Yeah,
Do you
go
have,
through the rest of the lineup,
stack or something that you're like.
I'll go back.
secret?
I'll go back to it. Yeah, so just go
Okay.
through the rest.
Then you got Aubrey and Alana D against the Jets. That could be pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Ben is rocking out Dak, Swift, Connor, who I don't know what your thoughts are on this trade. He's been trying to ship me Connor. Has he been trying to ship you Connor too?
When we were doing Tua stuff back in the day, yeah. But I had Kyler too, so I didn't want to stack Cardinals like that.
Yeah, I didn't really want to give up a top 12 running back in the past 4 weeks.
I'm assuming it was Najee or
Past
something?
4 or 6 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted to just do Najee for Connor straight up. I was like,
Yeah, no thanks.
no thanks.
Hard time.
Especially Najee playing Arizona this week.
Yeah,
He had some
he's
other
good.
offers too.
Both
that
the
were-
Steelers guys have been really good running backs.
Yeah, that's my dynasty play, baby.
That's true. Money.
Then we got Lockett, Keenan Allen, T. McBee, Jalen Guyton.
We got some
You guys
nasty
are
boys.
both
We got
got
some nasty boys in the flex, dude.
Dang. Terry McLaurin, Harry Butt, and Tampa D.
Harry Butt. It's a tough matchup. I got Watson on my bench, right? I don't feel too great about him against Kansas City this week. Here's the thing, though. T. Higgins, he's
I
probably
think
not
you're
gonna
on
play.
crack.
So here's the thing. I'm probably going to have to play Watson no matter what because T. Higgins isn't going to play. I'm probably just going to have Watson in my lineup.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the A.T. Perry thing quick. It's a little bit weird to see in a starting lineup. I will admit that. Rashid Shaheed has not practiced at all this week. Chris Olave is in concussion protocol. Both of them probably not going to play this week. Who's he going to throw the ball to? A.T. Perry is the wide receiver 3. He's got Juwan Johnson, A.T. Perry, and Alvin Kamara. I don't have any options really right now. And I think if he's the number one, air quotes, receiver, I think it's a good shout against Detroit, who's been pretty bad against receivers because they're really good at stopping the run. So he's there tentatively. If I get the confirmation that both those guys aren't playing, if they are playing, I probably drop Pitts right now and pick up Mingo, and then if Perry's not playing or the other two guys are playing, then I play Mingo over Perry or something like that. But I think Perry could be a sick little play this week.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you should play Perry.
That's messed up. I know you just want to get in the playoffs. That's crazy. That's crazy. What's your pick for this? Yeah, what's your pick?
My real thoughts.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What about Noah Brown? Why are you not playing him?
He hasn't played for 2 weeks. Everyone's back now. Robert Woods, Tank Dell, Nico Collins. They're all, well, he'll probably play. They're all back. Well, if, let's say, I have Devin Singletary already. I know they're playing Denver. So it's tough. I'm not in love with Noah Brown if all of those receivers are playing. So
I just think A.T. Perry's very risky. I would
absolutely
even play Robert Woods too. One of just any of those Texans. Like Texans can pop off at any point.
Yeah. No, I was waiting. QJ, no, I will not be touching QJ.
I would rather throw QJ out there too. You could get some Thursday night action, throw him Gallup in. I would basically play anyone
else. I'm big on A.T. Perry right now, so we'll see. I'm assuming he won't stay in my lineup based on injuries, but I think it's a fun little play if those other guys are out.
Even like Alec Pierce would be safer than A.T. Perry.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the Saints are going to be doing this week, but
Alvin Kamara probably.
Oh, dude, Tony time, 100% of the way. Get him in there.
You got your things, I got mine. We'll see what's going on. But wouldn't you agree this is kind of a nasty little matchup? Like, just disgusting. Like, you don't really like either team.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah. What are you thinking, though? What's your thoughts?
Okay, I'm ready to announce my pick. But since it's a pretty close race between AJ and I for the pick'ems, I think going forward, we should just announce them at the same time. So there is no flip-flopping or biasy or just trying to play the game, the betting game.
Sure. All right. Sure. I got a little something planned here, so we'll see what's going on.
What do you mean you got some?
I had something planned for my announcement on my pick, so it's all good. You go with yours. I know who I'm picking. I won't flip flop. So you go first.
I know who I'm picking.
So you go first, and then I'll go.
I'm very intrigued to see who you're picking. I think I know already based on this little thing. But I'm going to go with you.
Wow. Okay.
I like your matchups, even with how disgusting that A.T. Perry play is.
It's kind of lit, though. All right. Well, I was kind of expecting you not to pick me. So this is going to seem a little bit less climactic, but it's still going to be fun, I think.
No, I want to, like, going down Ben's whole roster, I don't think there's a single matchup that I really like that he has besides Dak.
Yeah. I think Dak could put up another 40 bomb tonight, unfortunately. But
and then your team can only get better with Christian Watson in. It was Watt season last week. I don't know why you're
I'm trying to get cute. I know. But so you're picking me. I really thought you were going to go not with me because my team looks kind of dog water. But here we go. The name of the team is Puka Fan Club for a reason, right? That's my boy, my man Puka. He's in my starting lineup. He's on my t-shirt and he's on my body, baby.
What the fuck?
It's time. Puka bringing it home for me, keeping me alive in the playoff race. I'm taking myself as expected, but he's bringing it home for me. Let's go.
No wonder why you're sick.
Let's go, baby.
That's insane. Honestly, when I was going through your team, I didn't think Puka was going to be the deciding factor just because he's playing the Browns.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone, I think he's projected a little bit lower. No one thinks he's going to have a good game. Browns are normally pretty good against receivers, but I just got this. He's going to bring it home for me, man. I got this feeling. No real reason for the feeling, just a feeling. I
also think the Tua against Washington can bring it home for you, or Ramondre against the Chargers can bring it home for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Next one, we can head over to Jake and I.
Yeah.
Hard-boiled bread versus Bipocalypse.
Mania.
Yeah, I had to pick up a quarterback for this week since Lamar's out.
Yep.
Minshew was my top ad. He was the one that I wanted the most. There really wasn't any other QBs. No, I'm gonna double check because you made a weird face.
Oh no, that wasn't because of that. That wasn't because of that.
No.
Don't worry.
Wait, is Goff playing this week? Well, maybe I pick up Goff.
That's about Tennessee.
Yeah, if Goff clears, I might pick him up. That would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Tennessee. I like that matchup, and Colts just score so much this year. Jonathan Taylor out too. Maybe they increase the passing game. Then we got Tony Pollard, TP playing tonight against the Seahawks. Weed 'em, boys. So we got Najee with a nice matchup. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tank Dell, Jawan Johnson. The number 2 target or number 1 target. Effect. Yeah, for the Saints. Then we got Chris Godwin, Christian Kirk, Matt Gay, and the Rams D against Cleveland. You think I should take Godwin out and put anything in?
No, not at this point yet. You can wait until you hear more info.
Double R.
That would be the guy, but I think you got to wait and see the info that you're getting from him from practices and stuff like that.
You want to trade Rice for Watson straight up?
You would do that?
Yeah.
Now that you're doing it, I feel like you got some insider info or something. Now I'm a little.
I don't have shit.
We'll see. We can talk about it later. I don't know though.
Well, no. Let's get a live trade if this possible.
You're really wanting Christian Watson?
Yeah, I'm buying into the Packers. Make it into the playoffs.
See, I have a feeling what's going to happen is I'm going to go, yeah, sure, let's do it, and then you're going to be like, no, actually, I'm joking. I don't want to give you this guy.
No, I'm 100% serious. Yes, Rashi could be a league winner. I can't buy into that. I don't think. I'm fine with it too because I have him in Dynasty. So if I lose my share of him and he pops off, yay me! I have him. I'm playing him in Dynasty.
Packers have been pretty good against the pass, I feel like, and all I need to think about is winning right now. Is one game at a time.
Buffalo, juicy matchup.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Las Vegas.
I need just to look at it right now. And I think I just
got
to stay and put. I got to stay.
Well, you're not even playing Watson.
I told you he's going to end up being in my lineup for T. Higgins.
Okay, well, if T. Higgins is out, or if T. Higgins plays, then maybe we talk more.
Sure.
That would have been nice. How about Kenny Gainwell for someone? Let's get some trade done.
No, not Kenny Gainwell. Yeah, trade deadline. We didn't mention that. Trade deadline is this week. So.
Oh, yeah. So we can't even talk further. Well, we could. Might off there. But anyways, then we got Jake, who I'll just go through his bench because that's where all of his players are. He's got Gus Edwards, Alexander Madison, Khalil Herbert, Diggs, Jefferson, and Davis on the bench. Oh, yeah. I just wanted to mention last week I was saying Gabe Davis going to have a nice week.
Yeah. You were right.
Called my shot.
That was a good call.
He had a nice week.
That was a very good call. Yeah, a lot of buys. He's got to fill in some. Zach Moss, I ended up trading him, Zach Moss, in that Ramondre trade. Has been bad for him otherwise. Now it looks pretty good with JT being out, so that's helpful. Otherwise, filling in with the Flying Dortchman and Justin Watson. Justin Watson's a touchdown away from an okay game. That's all he is, really. And Dortch has been pretty good. Still not in love with it for him. We can do you want to do it at the same time thing still?
Yep. Okay. I'm ready.
You ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, you.
Me.
Yeah.
Ayo.
I think you got a couple really good matchups. Tank Dell could probably have a big game. Minshew, I think, could have a monster game, actually, too. So I like you quite a bit this week.
Yeah, I went with the rookie strat this year.
Oh, it's paying off now.
Is it though? Because Tank
Tank has been good. I guess he's kind of
is
the only.
really the only one that's popped.
Yeah.
Like Rice, maybe he's on the verge of a breakout. Flowers should be a lot better, especially with Andrews coming out. So
Yeah.
that will be interesting to monitor.
I think though, if you think about it, if we went back and looked, I mean, maybe like Mostert would have been there at one of the picks, but I feel like you weren't taking them at like unreasonable times. That's like where you were taking them. I feel like from what I remember was like the time to take shots on guys. So I'm sure you didn't really miss out on all that much if we would take that and look at it. So I think you're
what
fine.
I probably should have done is I should have maybe held on to Jacobs, because the reason I felt so comfortable with taking all the shots on the receivers was because I felt secure in my RB depth. And now especially with how Pollard played this season,
He's been good the past 2 weeks though. So that's all you need from him. Just to be good going forward.
Yeah, but he wasn't winning me any weeks for the past the other 10 weeks.
That's true. You're not wrong there. But both your running backs are running a hot streak right now. So, and this is the time where you just need to win games. So if you can if they can just win you games now, you'll maybe forget a little bit about what happened earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I do like St. Brown a lot too on my team. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think it did end up working out for both of us because I would have been just strapped at running back. I would have been so screwed had I not done that trade. So as much as like Amon-Ra has been a beast, and sometimes doesn't feel good not to have him, I think it was still a pretty okay trade for both of us.
Yeah, next matchup, where do you want to go?
Parker and Peter, let's do.
All right.
Wow, Parker's rocking the Rico Dowdle this week.
We got lots of nasty boys this week.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle, Shaheed. I don't know if he's playing, man.
I don't think so.
Oh
Not
my!
DNP on Thursday.
Dude's playing Rico Dowdle, CeeDee Lamb, and Brandon Cooks. Wow, that's
and Josh Myers. This game's getting decided.
That's true.
Tonight
it will decide it. Here's the thing: both Michael Pittman and Josh Downs from Peter. This is a crazy one. Hawkinson and Josh Allen on bye though. That's two of his probably top scorers gone. It's
also interesting.
It's another nasty boy game.
Well, and yeah, it's a nasty boy game. On Parker's side, we don't know what nasty boys are being filled in on Peter's team yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Not totally sure what this guy is up to.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have a quarterback on his bench to fill in or tight end. So he's going to have to make some moves. His pickings are slim. Maybe he gave up. Well, no, he did not give up. He's 7-5. I don't know what.
He'll probably get him. He always gets them. Gets it done. He just makes really late moves.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming if Goff is still available, he's going to pick up Goff, play him, and then tight end, who do we got? We got, ooh, good Lord. Jesus.
No one
Tanner
there.
Hudson.
Tanner Hudson probably is the correct play, too.
Or Parham.
I would say Parham's okay as well. Parham just for big play, just like better offense type thing.
I think I would lean Parham.
Disgusting, both of them, but I mean,
at least we can get a little better picture looking at that stuff.
I'm ready if you are. I think definitely a nasty game, kind of reminiscent of me and Ben a little bit.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm ready.
All right,
barely looked at the teams, but
I mean, it's 50-50. I think more than normal a 50-50 just because of how bad these are looking. 3,
all right.
2, 1. Parker.
Peter.
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
I don't feel super confident about that pick, but if the Cowboys play like I think they'll play, I think Cooks and Lamb could both put up a decent amount, which will be fine for him. But
Seahawks got a sneaky D. I mean, like Doddle's not going to do anything. If it's a close game, I don't think he's going to get as many snaps as he's been doing, which isn't even like a ton of snaps. He had 3 last game.
Yeah,
3
he had 4
carries
touches,
at least.
I think. Maybe 5 touches, but yeah. That's a gross one. We'll move on from that. Riley versus Austin. Austin just dropped Geno Smith today. Kind of a smart little drop, though. He dropped him today, which means he can't get picked up till tomorrow, which he won't be able to get picked up because he plays today. So
I don't
even
know
if
if
someone
was going to play Geno.
yeah, but if someone was
Cowboys.
QB strapped, right? You never know. So a good strategic play either way. Austin, another guy with some bye weeks. His newly added Saquon and Devontae Adams from his trade are both on bye. They've both been pretty good for him. That trade has worked out really well for him. And his mascot, his number one boy, Justin Tucker, on bye. So I don't know if he'll be able to get past that.
Who's doing pretty doo-doo this year,
Yeah,
right?
it's not really been all that good.
At least the last couple of games, they had some primetime games, and didn't see him miss them.
Riley, on the other hand, missing a couple guys. Justin Fields, DJ Moore, probably the notable ones to mention. His team's still looking pretty solid. Some good matchups. Javonte, I think, has a pretty good matchup against Houston. I think ETN will have an okay game. Eckler has been kind of... Did you see that? Well, I was at the game. But I guess the Packer game, that one play, how slow he was?
Yeah, that was immediately what I saw.
It was insane. Like, while we were I saw him do it, I said, how did he not score there? I was like, am I crazy, or was he really, like, super slow? But he's been a little off. He hasn't been as Ecklery this year. I guess he's old, but...
I like that word.
Ecklery.
Ecklery.
You know, it's whatever. This is interesting matchup, I'll say as well. I say it every week, I think. I like Riley's running backs. I really do. But but Devontae Smith without Goddard has been really good, like normal. Sam Howell has been a beast. Christian McCaffrey. I don't know. I think this could be a close one too.
Yeah, it's very gross looking at Everett.
Yeah.
In Austin's lineup, but I believe I'm ready to lock some in.
All right. Yeah, I am as well. 3, 2, 1. Riley.
Austin.
Oh, baby.
I regret it.
Oh, baby.
I don't want to choose Austin.
Here we go.
No.
Here we go. This could be the week that really determines it all for us.
I know. I kind of just took a leap of faith with Sam Howell, but then as soon as I said it, I just pictured Jalen Ramsey picking him off like 3 times. And I was like, oh, no. Because ever since Ramsey's been back, he's been
a dog.
He's been kind of eating.
Yeah, he's been a dog
with the Dolphins, but who knows? We'll have to see what happens.
Yep.
Maybe throw some Wicks in there too, Austin, instead of Everett, please.
Pretty cool. Let's move on. Cap Sam versus Ethan. Ethan, with Kyron Williams back, put up a big 160 bomb last week. Huge week. Ethan's got Hurts, Rashad White, Kyron Williams, AJ Brown, Calvin Ridley, who's also been on a hot streak after his slow start. He has Dallas Goedert in. Is he playing?
He's heating up.
Trending
I don't know if he's on
direction.
I don't know if he's on a hot streak yet.
Sure, we'll call it heating up. Nico Collins, Isaiah Pacheco, Jake Elliott, and no defense at the moment. But who needs it?
I threw someone out for Pacheco.
He wanted to do Mike Evans for Pacheco. I said, no, thank you.
Who did I say I was going to give him? Oh, I went crazy. I said Rice and Godwin for Pacheco. And he said, I'll think about it.
That means no.
But would you do that?
It's not like a terrible thing. I'd probably keep Pacheco. I'm a big Pacheco guy right now, so that's probably why.
I know. I'm not fully confident in my running backs.
Yeah.
It's just like a teeter-totter. They're pointing up, but as soon as they start walking up, that it could fall back down.
Yeah, that is very true. You are not wrong there. Looking at Sam's team, earlier in the season, we were like, oh, man, he's getting JT back, Kupp's back. Or I think it was JT. No, he got JT in a trade. Kupp's back. He's got Brees. All of a sudden, his team is just looking unlucky. Cooper Kupp has been not very good. Amari Cooper doesn't have Deshaun anymore. Makes him a little more scary to play. Brees Hall's been really good for the situation that he's in. JT, obviously, probably out for the rest of the fantasy season.
Will Levis sucks.
Aaron
Somehow Brian
Jones
Robinson came back down to earth too.
Yeah. Aaron Jones is questionable. He's not practicing. He's probably not going to play. It's just a lot of... It's looking rough. has not been forgiving for him this year. A lot of injuries that affected him, either players he has or, quarterbacks that he has on his team. So, I mean, I know who I have. Ethan's team, it's pretty obvious. I'd say Ethan's team looks really strong right now, but
yeah, I'll agree with you there. I'm also going with Ethan.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a need to do the 3-2-1 there with this one. I think this was pretty. Aaron Jones might not play. Is Amari Cooper playing? Oh, he plans to play, but it's just.
What about even at HN on Ethan's bench if he's active? Do you throw him in or?
I'd wait a week. He doesn't like.
That's what I think too.
He has enough guys where it's not like, oh my god, you're playing this guy over HN first week back. Like, who cares? He has enough guys where I'm okay waiting and seeing if it's actually going to be a.
It would be back. Nico maybe, but
yeah,
I'm fine with rolling Nico out.
Absolutely. All right, last matchup: Luke versus Ryan. What you thinking?
So Luke has Herbert, Gibbs, B-Rob, Chris Olave, who I think he has a good chance of playing actually. Deontay Johnson, Evan Ingram, Jaylen Warren, and Raheem the Dream Mostert. And on the other side, we got Ryan with Mahomes, Charbonnet playing tonight, Montgomery, Jamar Chase, Drake London, Cole Kmet's on bye, so he's filling in with unknown
Tanner Hudson.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight for Peter and Ryan for a tight end. So they got I don't know what's going on, but they've been kind of slacking. And then Chuba Hubbard, J-Mo Williams.
J-Mo, baby.
To round up Ryan's team, maybe he'll make some adjustments with Curtis Samuel or Jahan Dotson on the bench. I have no idea. That could be a high-scoring game. That's about it. Luke's team is deep too. He also has James Cook on the bench on bye.
Playable.
Yes, Sutton.
Demario Douglas has been okay.
Don't forget about Jaden Reed.
Reed's been really good. He's been a beast. Jake Ferguson is a backup tight end, dude.
Yeah, he should trade Ferguson to one of these teams that need a tight end.
Yeah.
Maybe not to Ryan, but to Riley or Peter, whatever. Do you need some more time?
No, or I think I know where I'm going.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if Chris Olave doesn't play, he's got some nice spot starts with Sutton or Jaden Reed to fill in.
I agree.
So 2 games different.
Yeah.
Maybe I go down 4. Maybe we tie it up after this week. It'll be interesting to see.
Exciting.
But tune in next week and see how this shakes out. Will I be tied up? Leave a note in the comments who you're rooting for. Who you wanna win this pick'em tournament for redraft. But thanks for listening and watching. This is the Pigskin Pals podcast. See you next week.
See you later.